what's happening, everybody? It's your boy Fares Muthana, and welcome to another edition of Good Friends Better Rivals. We didn't do a show on Friday. We did the show on Thursday after Thursday night football, so we're good to be back on our normal day, but a special time at 4 o'clock instead of 5. But thank you guys so much for doing this. Catastrophic year for both of our teams. Um, some some uh, some dangling of the carrot is kind of like the it's kind of like what these teams do to us. Me and my main man
How
Caleb.
do they do that to you? I mean, you
Oh no,
should
there's been
expect them to be ass every
no,
year.
no, no. You don't expect to be ass every year. Let me
Why
tell you
not?
why.
What
No,
what gives you hope?
you just football. Football gives you hope, just
Not for the New
regardless.
York Giants. That doesn't apply.
Well, I'm saying this year
That's
is
for New York football in general. That does not apply.
yeah, and you haven't won anything in 25 years. Why are
Yeah,
you
but
so
we still get to
hopeful?
have hope. We still get into the hope category.
And that's actually, you know what? That's kind of worse because you're always in pain. Yeah, I mean me. I
But you
expect
should
the same.
expect pain.
No, but this year, when I mean dangling of the carrot, I mean because the New York Giants led in a lot of games this year and had chances to win those
But
games.
you know what's going to happen at the end.
No, you don't know what's
You
gonna happen.
do
You
know
don't.
what's going to
No, you
happen.
don't. You don't expect a team to drop 33
You
points in one
absolutely
quarter.
expect that.
No, you don't. Stop lying. You
Well,
just
how do you
lied.
not expect that? Your team
So
sucks. Your
you go.
organization sucks. So
So
you should
you
expect to lose.
expect to give up 33 points in a quarter.
As a
You
New York
expect
Giants
that.
fan, you should absolutely expect that.
You expect no, bro. You know what, bro? I hate talking football with you because you just straight up just live in this lying world. Everyone, that's Caleb. He's my co-host. Let's talk about how the Dallas Cowboys ripped his soul apart because last week. Continue, Caleb. Your team sucks. Why?
Well, unlike you, I know what to expect. I know when my team tells me what they are every single game. I
That
know what to expect.
yeah, okay.
If my defense is ass every game, I can expect them to be ass, and therefore I don't get some. There's no dangling of the carrot. It's just yeah. I just hope that the
Well,
offense will pull through.
they dangled the carrot pretty good after you beat the Eagles and the Chiefs back to back weeks. A lot of people were like, "Hey, man, look at the
Yeah, but
Cowboys."
that's just saying that we just hope again in the hope category that the offense can pull through.
But dangling the carrot is hope, Caleb.
I
That's
know,
hope.
but there's no dangling the carrot on one side of the ball.
That's true. Well, you know what? You guys looked good for like a week or two, and then that was
I
it.
mean, did we really? I mean, we didn't really. I mean, Patrick Mahomes had
No.
a hell of his best game of the season in
Yeah.
that game, and then the Eagles just they just suck on offense. So it's
Yeah,
not
that's
really
true. Yeah, it's not
that
really
big of a
hard to do.
deal.
It's not really hard to do. Yeah. All right, Caleb, you got beat down by Minnesota and JJ McCarthy.
Yeah,
What happened, man?
that's pretty
What
goddamn
happened? Sunday
embarrassing.
night
JD
football. What happened?
McCarthy.
What happened?
I mean, the same thing has been happening. The secondary sucks. I mean, they really do suck. I mean, that's the title of the show. I mean, we suck, and
Mm-hmm.
specifically the secondary, the linebackers, they suck. There's some great analysis. I mean, they suck. They're not good players. I mean, we obviously come in, we don't know what Trayvon Diggs is going to play, and then
He's
he
done.
says he's
I think he's done.
healthy,
He's done.
and yeah, it turns out he just doesn't want to play here, and there's too much conflict between the organization and Trayvon Diggs. But we knew that. I just like, and I've been saying it. I've been saying it on this show that we should have got rid of him 2 years ago. Even before the injuries and all this stuff, I thought we should have got rid of him. Beginning,
Have you said that?
I have said that.
I don't
I
remember you
absolutely have
saying
said
that,
that.
but
I
but
said that multiple times on the show
sure,
that I would
sure,
have got
yeah,
rid of Trayvon Diggs.
sure, yeah.
Uh, um, because I knew this. I knew this was going to happen. It's not a surprise of his attitude or things. Like he was an extremely coddled player under Al Harris's coaching. He did get him up to a high level of play when he was getting all those interceptions. But as far as how he dealt with them, yeah, it was extremely coddled. And now he goes into this with a new organization, with new coaching staff. Um, they're not. It's not the same thing. And you could tell. I mean, you can tell right off the bat when he was standing there in the off season, right next to Micah Parsons, supporting the guy who was having conflict with the guy in charge, which is Jerry Jones. I mean,
Mhm.
tell right there. Like this situation is not going to end well. Like you're with the guy that's having direct back and forth, whatever you want to
But
call
shouldn't you be the one? Shouldn't you doing that? Shouldn't you be taking your teammates back?
it. Not against the guy that pays your bill, pays your salary.
Well, it's called making a union. That they do that all the time.
Well, you can make a
Spe-
union, and and you ain't gonna play, and you're gonna get shipped out.
Okay. I'm pro player, so it is what it is. Unless the player does something extremely stupid, then I'm not pro player. But I don't think
I'm
with
not saying, yeah, I'm not saying that's not even the point. The
he
point
just
is,
be it's his he's unprofessionalism.
yeah, I mean, he said, well, I mean, you've already had the conflict game before that, saying that you didn't come in to rehab your injuries like you were supposed to. You wanted to do it on your own and go against the team like that. So you started it.
You started it. What
Yes.
are we? What are we? Middle school?
I
You
mean,
started
you want to go
it.
sit there and complain. I mean, the team wants you there, and you decide not to do. Okay, so don't get
What
all.
if his doctors and his rehabbers are better than the Cowboys? If what if we don't know whose
Well,
rehab is
apparently they're
better.
not because you're still on the field.
But is that because he's hurt, or is that because y'all don't want to play him?
Well, it's because he's not able to play. If he's not doing what he needs to do, then why should you play him?
Yeah. I just think under Al Harris, I think we kind of were tricked between him and Deron Bland, where they got a lot of picks, and you're like, oh, look at the picks and the pick sixes and all that stuff, right? But when you don't have but then like we said, Caleb, this year you have no pass rush. Your defensive line is, it's man. You don't have Michael Parsons anymore, and the interceptions kind of decreased from your corners because they don't have people. They don't have quarterbacks rushing to get the ball out of their hands, right? And we're seeing that neither one of those corners are as good as we thought they were. Injuries probably played a
I
part.
still don't agree with that. I still don't agree with that take.
Did you not see what Marvin Harrison did to Deron Bland on a
I know.
slam?
I
Like,
understand that, but I still blame it on the coaching. I still blame it on the scheme. I still believe Deron Bland is a good corner. I've seen it. He been in games this season where he has really good games. He's had really bad games,
so
but I blame that directly on the
you need to do
scheme.
straight man coverage. Really,
Yes,
yeah. Like no more zone.
yes, we should be
Eberflus needs to
blitzing.
stop doing
We
that.
should be man blitzing.
Hmm.
And the dumbass coordinator doesn't want to do it. I directly pin all the defensive woes. Well, I mean, most of them. I can't blame anything because it's just the talent's just not there.
You have no linebackers.
But goddamn, the 49ers have everybody hurt on their defense too, but their defense looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, Robert Saleh, man, he legit.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, you could do something with the lack of talent
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
if you're
because
a
the
good coach.
Niners have no pass rush. I remember watching them live against the Giants, and I told my friend, "Hey, if our wide receivers get open somehow, some way, Jackson Dart's going to have time because you guys have zero pass rush." And in the Giants game against the Niners, that's literally what happened. Niners got no pass rush. They had one sack, and it was because no one was open downfield, and Jackson Dart's running around trying to find somebody open, and then Mikael Williams gets thrown into the end zone, but then like he gets up, him and Andrew Thomas then gets up, and then he sacks Jackson Dart from the back actually. So yeah. I think this show's very anti Matt Eberflus. He's not a good coordinator. Or no, it's not that.
It's even
That's not
worse.
true. It's not true because he was good in Indianapolis. The problem is
I can
his
tell you.
players don't match his scheme.
Well, that too, but I can tell you how it's even worse. He was a linebackers coach with the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
That was his specialty, linebackering. That is the worst part of the goddamn defense is the linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
But
they're terrible. I mean, he still.
I think you just have terrible linebackers.
Well,
Personally.
yeah. Well, why can't coach them?
I think coaching goes to a limit, Caleb.
Well, why are you playing the guy that sucks? Why are you playing the worst goddamn linebacker I've ever goddamn seen?
That's probably because the linebackers that should have beaten him
know
are
that
worse
Logan
than him.
Wilson's better. I mean, how much
We
better?
sure about that?
Very yes, I know that Logan Wilson is absolutely better than Kenneth Murray. Kenneth Murray is the worst linebacker I've ever seen. He's a moron.
He's horrible. He's horrible.
I mean,
Him and Jack got injured. It's Murray and Mo, right? It's Murray and Clark in the middle. Damone
Uh,
Clark.
no, he's gone. He's on another team.
I thought Damone was. Oh, that Hard Knocks threw me off
No, he's on
because they were
another
talking
team.
about because Kenny was talking to someone else named Clark. I'm like, who's that
Elijah
Clark? Is
Clark,
that
maybe.
Damone? Elijah
Elijah
Clark,
Clark,
maybe?
yeah.
Oh, maybe. Okay. I thought that was Damone. Okay. Yeah. So it's Kenneth and who?
DeMarvion Overshown and Logan Wilson.
Yeah, man. You got to make a change. You got to make a change somehow, some way. And but here's the thing too, man. You know, the Eagles gave you guys a gift these past couple weeks, man. They were just giving you guys the division away and just couldn't
And
stop
we
the
blew it.
Lions.
We
Yeah,
blew it.
yeah.
We
Just
couldn't
couldn't
stop
stop
the
the
Lions.
Lions.
We couldn't stop the Vikings.
Uh-huh.
They had so much time, and it's even worse, man. It's just both games are the same goddamn story. It was
Mm-hmm.
we stopped them at like the first two series. We were getting pressure, and we were stopping them.
Mm-hmm.
Both the Vikings and the Lions. You saw the pressure get into the quarterback. You
Yes.
saw Jared Goff throwing these crappy balls in the Lions game, and you saw
Mm-hmm.
JD McCarthy not be able to get to his guys.
Yes.
And then it stops. There's no pressure. There's no blitzing. He's rushing 3 or 4 guys only. And then the quarterback has all day to just dice up the bad secondary.
Yeah, McCarthy was pressured on 22% of his dropbacks, second lowest pressure rate faced in a game this
Yeah, and they all
season.
came in the first 2 series.
Yeah, he was particularly efficient when targeting out-breaking routes, completing 7 of 8 attempts for 86 yards, both of his touchdowns. He went 15 for 24, 250, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Justin Jefferson had a bad game. He only caught 2 of his 8 targets for 22 yards. And you know what I mean? Like he was against Siobhan Revell 10 times, against Deron Bland 9 times. He was targeted 3 times against each corner, recording a catch for 10 yards on Revell and 1 catch for 12 yards against Bland.
That's what I'm saying. The
Yeah.
Bland's not. He's not like you're saying. You keep down playing Bland. Bland has been good. You just
Yeah.
saw that he's pretty much shut down Justin Jefferson.
No. JJ McCarthy shut down Justin Jefferson. Let's calm
That's
down.
no. He had all day to throw. He had all day to throw to him. If he was
Let's calm
open, he
down.
would have found him.
So Deron Bland just didn't know how to play football against Marvin Harrison Jr. Is that what you're telling me? He
No,
just
I'm
stopped.
saying the zone scheme sucked ass. He's
Okay.
not a zone corner, and he's letting the receivers dice him
Okay,
up on that.
then what's this scheme against Minnesota? Was this not a zone scheme with Deron Bland? Like then you just told me he shut down Justin Jefferson in this scheme, but he couldn't shut down Marvin Harrison in the same scheme. So
Because
I don't
it's
understand.
at certain points of the game where he calls certain things.
Kwame, Cowboys are just the NFC version of the Bengals, all offense, no defense. Yeah, yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of. You know, the Bengals get you a win that you're like, whoa, how did they win that? Like they beat the Ravens on Thanksgiving. I didn't expect that to happen. Cowboys beat the Chiefs and the Eagles on back-to-back weeks. You're like, oh my God, how did that happen? But then like Bengals then just completely did stop playing football, got beat down by Baltimore. They got blanked, and then you lost the Lions and you lost to Minnesota. It's just yeah. I think you found your brother, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. You know, step brothers right there. You know,
Well, one's because one's cheap, and the other one's because they're
they're
just
inept.
stupid.
Yeah, cheap and inept. You know what I mean? Here's the thing, dude. I'd rather be cheap than people knowing that I'm not good at my job. You know what I mean? Mike Brown's like, people think I'm cheap, not bad at my job. I'm just cheap. Jerry Jones, bad at his job. Cheap,
And
bad
it's
at your
not
job.
like he's like because we find like really good make good trades. Like we made a good George Pickens trade. We got
Quinn Williams?
we drafted a good a first round pick in Tyler Booker. We've done
Yep.
really good things, but then you make really other bad decisions like trading Michael Parsons and not getting any help, not replacing him with anybody,
Mm-hmm.
just not making good trades and getting fair value in that trade. You make dumb decisions. So it's just like I don't know. Sometimes you make good things that
Mm-hmm.
turn out well, and then other stuff you look so stupid.
Ryan Christensen, Caleb giving up on his Cowboys, come to the NHL side with the Golden Knights. Yeah,
Well,
yeah. The Golden Knights won a title 3 years ago, so Caleb was very happy 3 years ago. So good for them. Shout out to the
They're doing
Golden
pretty
Knights.
good. They're decent this year.
Yeah, they're decent this year. Not as good
Not,
as they
not, not
were.
as good as they've been, but I mean,
Yeah,
they're always good. They're always a good
yeah,
team.
yeah. That's how they really that's how they really captured Vegas. No baggage, and they won right away. You know what I mean? And Vegas was like, my team. You know what I mean? That's why the Raiders will never
Well, if
work.
they win,
I still don't
you're
even if
wrong. I totally disagree with you. If they
so
win,
you think okay, I think you're right off of the generations after you. But even if the Raiders win, they're not taking you away. You know what I mean? Like you're
I would.
from Vegas.
I
So
mean,
you would
I already
become a
do. I mean, I want them to win.
yeah. I'm saying like no, like but creating a fan base, Caleb, like a
I mean, I'm
fan base,
not
like
making them my favorite team. I mean, there's always
that's what
gonna
I'm
be the
saying. No, no,
Cowboys.
that's what
But
winning is.
I would, but no, I think all they need is support. I think support is different than having it as your favorite team. It's like, yeah, I support you to win.
Yeah. But I still don't. But here's the thing, Caleb. Right, you're a town with. I think I'm not gonna assume because you live in Vegas. So correct me if my statement's wrong. You're a town of people who already had teams. You guys, some
Yeah,
people.
yes.
So
You
here's the
could
thing,
say that
Caleb. No,
about
but
hockey too, then.
yeah, you can.
And
But then the golden.
everybody had a hockey team probably,
Yeah, probably.
but it created even new fans because I wasn't even a hockey fan, so I was
Yeah,
a fan, I just became a fan of hockey because of the
Golden
Golden
Knights.
Knights.
No, but I'm thinking. But here's the thing, Caleb. Okay, so like the Raiders are good and they're winning, right? So they're against the Cardinals one week. So you'll be a Raiders fan that week, right? But you won't be a Raiders fan the week they come and face the Cowboys. You know
Of
what I
course
mean?
not.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like they want you to be a fan all
I,
17 weeks. They don't want, you know what I mean? And then the Cardinals
but there are
fan,
going to be people like that.
but the Cardinals fan who then stopped being a Raiders fan against the Cardinals is then, you know what I mean? So like like you're fan one week and then like, but Mark Davis, but either way you're buying a ticket. Like
But
that's all
I
Mark
think you
Davis cares.
underestimate how big the fan base of the Raiders is.
It's huge. I know it's huge. I know it's massive. It's in California.
Yeah, doesn't mean they can't come here. It's not that. It's not
You
like
think
it's
you
a
think you
poor
think
trip.
you think
They do. I've seen it.
every week
I've seen
every week
not every week, but if they
they
like I'm
they gonna
saying, if
fly
they were
in every
good,
week.
if they were good, yes. If they were
Yeah,
good, yes, absolutely.
but here's the thing, Caleb. They were showing up even when they weren't good.
But they showed up on Monday night when we played them. That place was sold out.
But what was the ratio?
I mean, there was more Cowboys fans than Raiders fans,
Thank you.
but they were still there.
Yeah, but Caleb, but back in the day, even if they stunk and it was a Raiders home game, it would be 90% Raiders, 10% Cowboys.
That's not true. That's not true.
Now you're underestimating the stronghold they had in Oakland. Yeah, it would like
You're still underestimating how many Cowboys fans are in California.
I didn't see a lot in the Bay Area.
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah, probably in LA. Probably in Oxnard.
And
The Bay.
they'll drive
I saw
on
like
up. They'll drive on up.
I saw two Cowboys fans in the Bay Area.
And they'll
I've only
drive on
seen
up.
two.
And they'll drive on up.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine. But if the Raiders, the thing is, with the Raiders, when you think about the Raiders, like they don't have a black hole in Vegas.
Because it's
They
not
don't.
a black hole.
Yeah, well, you should have. I just think, yeah, not in the Bay. Like that's what I'm saying. Like not in the Bay. The Bay had two teams that were like before. Like the Bay had championship teams. It's not like this region was like, oh, we didn't have anybody, so we'll become Cowboys fans. Like no, people in the '80s that grew up in the Bay saw the Niners dynasty. In the '70s and in the '80s, saw the Raiders dynasties. Like the Raiders were cool. Like they weren't. It wasn't like Oklahoma that was like, we don't have a team, so we'll become Cowboys fans. They had a team. They didn't need to become Cowboys fans. You know what I mean? People in LA lost their team. They lost the Rams. You guys kept coming to Oxnard, so they became Cowboys fans. The Bay didn't need to become Cowboys fans. You know what I mean? Like the people in the Central Valley I know people in the Central Valley who are Cowboys fans because they don't have a team. They didn't feel the connection to the Bay Area. Fine, whatever. So they became Cowboys fans. You know what I mean? But
And
yeah,
they'll drive up.
sure. Yeah, if they can get a ticket, sure. But most of the time, it's money. Like like trust me, like the fan base is huge. Raiders fans, it's huge. But every week flying to Vegas and then flying out of Vegas every week, man, that the pocket is gonna become light. You know what I mean? Like, so you got to pick and choose which games to show up to. You know what I mean? The Monday night game against the Cowboys, or facing the Chiefs there. It's something like that. Because it ain't the season ticket holders. They lost a lot of season ticket holders. People forget that. Oakland Raiders fans, a lot of them were season ticket holders for since 80, 70. Like, a lot of them still kept their tickets and they passed it down to their son and then their grandson, and they all showed up. When they moved to Vegas, all of that gone. They could keep them, but it would be more. But
you have all the new Vegas fans.
Yeah, but the problem is they suck, so the fans don't exist.
That's what I'm saying. That's literally my point. If they did not suck, they would support, and they would show up.
Yeah. My point was, like, even if they sucked, Oakland still supported. So it is what it is.
Well, we like winners here.
Then why are you a Cowboys fan?
Well, because we won.
When you were 3. Calm down.
So we still won.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we won more than you, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, it's 5-4. All right.
Well, it's still more. It's 5
okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 is bigger than 4. It's true. Fine. 5 is bigger than 4. Even though your dynasty is attributed to us because we gave you Tom Landry. So you're welcome. And shout out to the Packers too.
Well, you have 30 years to catch up, and you still haven't. So
you know what? At least 2 of my Super Bowls will go down in history while people forget your Super Bowls. All right.
Okay.
Whatever.
So we lost.
Kwame, you said one. You said when. I need to know when you said that. You said when. Yeah, you guys lost. You guys suck. Dak Prescott did have a good game, I guess.
Yeah.
Always.
It's the same story every single game. We have a good games on offense. CeeDee Lamb shows up. Obviously, we didn't talk about it because we weren't here. The controversies with George Pickens.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to get into that.
Yeah, let's get into it. They basically said he gave up.
Well, yeah, in the Lions game.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Sherman had some things to say.
Oh yeah, Richard Sherman always got something to say. He always got something to say. He said he would. Well, didn't he say he would eat up? He would eat George Pickens because Pickens gave up, and he would smoke him or something like that. Like, I think those were his. Well, let's find his quotes. Continue talking, George Pickens. I'll find Richard Sherman's quotes.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously George Pickens had a response to him, and yeah, they went back and forth a little bit, and it's mostly due to the lack of effort that Pickens has on some routes that he was running during the Lions game, and even in the Vikings game, showing a little lack of effort. It seems like he kind of gets out of it if we're starting to lose or fall behind, or he's not getting the ball, or if CeeDee Lamb's getting a lot of the attention, or or whatever it is. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I did, in the moment when I was watching the Lions game, I didn't feel that way. I just felt like it was. I mean, he was just getting doubled a lot, and he just wasn't able to get open. That's how I just felt about it.
Yeah, man.
And him getting doubled left CeeDee Lamb pretty wide open. I mean, Dak was
then CeeDee got hurt.
But even at that, after CeeDee, Flournoy had a great game, and he was fighting Flournoy wide open.
Exactly.
So whether you say I mean, if they were just doing a really good job on covering him, but that really opened up the other side. So I mean, it kind of worked out in terms of the
exactly.
Offense.
No, that's what happens, man. When one receiver gets double teamed, that. So the scheme is shifting to his side. Someone's gonna be open. Someone's gonna have man-to-man coverage. Like Pickens said on his Instagram post, he said, "This is a team game. I'm not the only one on the team. Stop becoming an analyst and talk about one player when he played a team game. A lot of has to go around." A lot of which has to go right for explosive plays. And it's funny because I thought former players would know that, such as Richard bleeping Sherman, who, by the way, ain't shish without the Legion of Boom, We remember San Francisco, brother, when he played in SF. Much love. Don't speak on me unless you know the game of football. As a former player, do not blank ride, fan analyze that act like double teams is not a thing or certain bracket coverages don't exist. Knowing you played ball, which showed me you're a leech weirdo. I think that's a proper response. Like, bro, you're a former corner. You're a former corner. You're not even like you're not a former lineman. You're not a former, a tight end. Like you're a corner who knows about coverages. Bracket coverages, double teams. The point is to use me to get other people open. You know what I mean? And here's the thing too. This is when I knew he got Richard Sherman. He said, LOL, kid hasn't done enough to merit a response from me. I was working on my third consecutive first team All-Pro and second Super Bowl appearance at the same time in my career. LOL, I made All-Pro team and Super Bowl and SF, but that's the fall off for me.
But that's kind of Pickett's point. It's a team game. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to rely on other people to get you all those accolades, whether
exactly
it's into the Super Bowl.
Literally. People, like the reason people were like, real ball knowers, man. We all know who the engine of the Legion of Boom was. It was Earl Thomas.
Yeah, I mean,
Earl
would he have
Thomas,
the
man.
same career if he had, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, and all the other guys?
If they were behind him,
in the great pass rush that they had,
Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright in the middle.
I mean, you had a lot of help around you to
come on, bro.
kind of isolate one receiver and do a really good job, and he did do a really good job. But you had a lot of help. I mean, George Pickens hasn't had a lot of help with the Steelers with the quarterback situation, and it's just his first season with the Cowboys. So I mean, that's literally George Pickens' point. It's a team game. To just say that
everything got to go right for an explosive play. How many explosive plays happen a game, Caleb? Like how many? Like actually, like we count them. How many? Like that ones that go like 60 yards, 7 yards. Not a lot. Everything has to go perfect. And, this is my problem, man. This is my problem with this Thursday night crew. This is the same crew that tried to tell you that Russell Wilson has no Hall of Fame case. Is he going to get in the Hall of Fame? That's up to people. But does he have a case? Yeah, he has a case. But a lot of people have cases. You know what I mean? But this crew tried to convince everybody in the public that forget Russell Wilson's career prior to the last 3 years. Forget that. That doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Like.
So yeah, I mean that's like saying Philip Rivers, if he obviously is like he didn't look great in the last game. Maybe
he looked good for what they asked him to do. Check
down. But if he
operate,
does that ruin his Hall of Fame case?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
He was a semifinalist. I mean, is he not a semifinalist no more? Because
technically not anymore.
Well, he's not. Well, I'm saying in 5 years, is he not a semifinalist? Because
again,
it's probably not going to look good the next 3 games.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I'm with George. When I was watching the game, the analysts didn't think he was not giving. Like no one was talking about his effort. You know what I mean? Like I don't people forget too. The Lions have a good defense for what they got because there's a lot of injuries on that defense. There was a lot of injuries on the Lions defense. Every year the Lions defense is always hurt. Kelvin Shepard called a good game.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, when I was watching it, like, during the game, like, I didn't feel that way.
Exactly. Call me. He really didn't think he was expecting the ball. Exactly, because he wasn't going to get the ball. He was being bracketed.
I just felt like, and even if there was some times he took off play where it was kind of nothing new. Like, I've seen that throughout the season, and he's still one of the top, 3 receivers in yards.
Mm-hmm.
So it obviously hasn't hindered him.
Exactly. And then let's talk about the week CeeDee Lamb wasn't there because he was hurt, and he went crazy for 140 yards. It's because that defense was like, we're not gonna double team you. We're gonna play you man up. And what did he do? He punished them. But guess what? Kelvin Shepard is not a bad defensive coordinator. He's not bad at his job. And he knows I have to take one of them out. Who do I take out? Do I take CeeDee out or do I take George out? So he chose George that day.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Brian Flores did the same thing.
Mhm.
He had a rough day against the Vikings as well, but CD Lamb had another great day. But that's the
Exactly.
thing. If one receiver is not doing it and
The
they're
other
putting all the
receiver
attention
is.
on him, the other one blows up.
Exactly. Then guess what happened in the Lions game? You guys were good until what happened? CD Lamb had to come out the game.
But that didn't even hinder us because, like I said, Flournoy literally played great.
Exactly. But you'd still want CD out there because
But yeah, obviously, if
yeah.
he's gonna
But
make
then also too, like the Detroit Lions defense made plays. Like I think was it Flournoy that caught the ball? Then no, it was caught
yeah,
the ball. Then it
they
was
took it
ripped
out of
out of
his
his
hand.
hand. Yeah,
Yeah,
like that's not a Kevin Shepard scheme. That's not Flournoy was bad. The defender made a play. Good offense, great defense. Like I always say, like when an offensive player makes a play, where I say that was good defense. That was just better offense because the player just made the play. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, man. Like, I'm with George. You're like, bro, you played corner. What are you talking about? And 9 times out of 10, bro, when they're running a route and they know they're not going to get the ball, most wide receivers, literally every wide receiver, slows up, moves away, because the plays on the other side. You're on the right side. Plays on the left side. Ball's already out of Dak Prescott's hand. Why do you keep running? You stop running. And you in the corner and the safety on that side, then have to run all the way to the other side to make a play. What's George Pickens going to do on that side? He's going to run all the way to make a block? He's not going to do that. That's not going to happen. The corner that's guarding him isn't going to run all across the field to make a tackle. That's not going to happen because everyone's already over there. So they just wait on the other side. Man, his Richard Sherman comments, man, they're nothing, bro. They're nothing. They're nothing, bro. Nothing to me. Like, nothing, bro. It's whatever, bro. It's whatever. I don't understand. I don't understand the nonsense some of these players, some of these former players be talking about, bro. Like, you used to play the game. Like, you used to play the game. You know what I mean? And like, what happened? Like, now you're not talking about the game like I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. But it's 30. It's 30. Let's move on to the other team in bad blue. The New York Giants. It was a divisional matchup this week. The New York Giants were against the Washington Commanders. 2-10, 2-11 versus 3-10.
Goddamn.
I know, man. It's whatever, bro. Like,
That's disgusting.
this team sucks. This team stinks. Hey, they stink.
Marcus Mariota completed 10 passes.
Yeah, they ran the ball all over us. We can't stop the run. We can't stop the run. We haven't been able to stop the run in like 4 years. 96 yards for Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, and a touchdown. Marcus Mariota had 43 yards on scrambles. Jeremy McNichols had 6 yards. They had over. So yeah, there was 2 fumbles. Actually, it was 3 fumbles. Actually, I don't know why they didn't count the Marcus Mariota one a fumble, but it is what it is. Yeah, man, the Giants suck. Giants stink. The offense didn't play as good as I thought it would. Usually the offense, outside of the Patriots game, the offense has played well. Like every week, it was like the offense would drop 24 or 30 points. You know what I mean? We were in a shootout in Detroit. We ended up losing, but we were in a shootout in Detroit. And outside the Patriots game, the offense has played very well. They didn't play very well this last week. They didn't. Some miscommunication. Tyrone Tracy Jr. had a good game.
Ran the ball well.
Yeah, ran the ball well. 70 yards, 15 attempts, 1 touchdown. He caught a touchdown, I believe. Yeah, he caught a touchdown. He was 3 targets for 31 yards. Well, 4 targets, 3 catches for 31 yards. That was the only touchdown. That was one of 2 touchdown passes. He that was thrown on the day. Wan'Dale Robinson, was there. And here's the thing too, man. Like I said last week, the slogan for this year for the New York Giants they had a chance. They had a chance. The Commanders literally tried to give us the game away. They literally, Caleb, they literally tried to fumble the game away. At the end of the game, Marcus Mariota fumbles the ball. We score the touchdown with Wan'Dale Robinson. The very next drive, Abdul Carter, best game of the year, his best game of the year, forces a fumble. Where I'm like, is that a fumble? I don't think that's a fumble. I think he's down. But it was a fumble. And then we had a chance to tie the game at the end, and we didn't. This team, there's no cohesion. No one is bringing this team together. Special teams has completely fallen apart. We're on our fourth kicker this year, Caleb. We're on our fourth kicker. It's some rookie named Ben Souls. We'll see. Punt unit led a touchdown in. So Mike Globerell, he's not coming back with this new coaching staff. And that's the two things. Like, the biggest question now is, because of Mike Kafka and the team, no one's really talking about the team and how bad the players have played. And some players, I think, have given up. Like, they don't care. Like the touchdown pass with Terry McLaurin. Paulson Adebo has Terry McLaurin. And Terry just like wiggles out and scores the touchdown. That was soft. That was lazy. That was not effort. There are players on this team where I think they've given up. Tibbs is hurt. They've mismanaged him, because if he was going to be hurt these last 5 weeks, you should have put him on IR, but they thought he would be more healthy. The players are not good. They're not playing well. And this is putting the heat squarely on the GM who brought in the players.
When are they going to fire him?
It should be on Black Monday.
I mean, you can't. I mean, if you get the number one pick, you can't let this guy have the number one pick.
No, he needs to be gone by Black Monday. We all know what Black Monday is. It's the Monday before the playoffs, right after the season ends. He needs to be gone. The latest is Black Monday. You can fire him now. I don't care if you fire him now, but the latest has to be Black Monday.
You need to jump on scouting for the draft.
Yeah, but then
I mean, you really do. I mean, you need.
No, you do. But the thing is, Caleb, you can't hire.
You can't. But here's the thing,
Caleb. No, you're right.
Playoffs right now.
No, you're right. But the problem is, Caleb,
guys watching those.
Okay, but there's a problem. I'm trying to tell you. You can't hire a GM right now because they're still working for their other team.
Well,
I don't know.
To hire someone from another team.
So just promote Brandon Brown, the assistant GM.
I don't know.
So Brandon Brown was actually a candidate for GM jobs when he was in Philadelphia.
Are you doing Raiders and hire a TV guy?
Hey, Daniel Jeremiah, you free? Sure. But no, that's the thing, right? Brandon Brown was in Philly. Let me check what was his title in Philadelphia. Brandon Brown, GM. Yep, Brandon Brown. He was the director of player personnel and the director of pro scouting in Philadelphia. He's a scout. And Caleb, how many people on Philly's team were scouted and kept? Most of them. You know what I mean? And then he became director of player personnel, which is, I don't actually know what. Do we actually know what these jobs even entail? You know what I mean?
No, not really. I mean, usually if you're like the director of personnel, you're just looking at players within the NFL.
And you know what? And they found some gems. Who would have thought?
To build your team out.
Yeah, who would have thought Zach Bond? They know how to do their job, man. Giants are 4 to 5 years away. Yeah, thank you for being being optimistic, Kwame, we're like 10 years away. What's up, Leo? How you doing? Yeah, we're like 15 years away, man. He was a candidate for a lot of head coaching GM jobs.
Do you draft another quarterback if he has a number one pick?
No, you trade it.
Why? Why do you think Jackson Dart's the answer?
You think Fernando Mendoza is the answer?
Well, he's at least not a moron.
Well, okay, fine, but I don't think the talent is that like.
I don't know. I mean, he might surprise you.
No.
He's got. What, you don't think he can surprise you the next couple games if he wins?
So Walker Howard did the same thing. Did Walker Howard become the first overall pick? Huh?
Well, but I don't think.
Will Howard. No, Walker Howard. Somebody else. My bad. Will Howard.
He got drafted. They have the same type of. I don't know. I mean, Will Howard didn't win the Heisman.
Yeah, he didn't. So did Johnny Manziel. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, there's difference.
Tim Tebow has a Heisman.
I mean, for different reasons.
He was pretty good in college.
I know he was good, but he was good in different ways.
He ran the ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Danny Werfel has a Heisman.
I'm not saying just because he won a Heisman. I'm just saying
there's differences.
I'm saying there's differences.
Yeah, and you know what, Caleb? This year, you know what everyone was talking about the Heisman class was? This year is underwhelming, and no one really cares. That's literally what people said. They were like, this is one of the most underwhelming Heismans in recent memory. And they were right. Like, who else would you would have given it to? You would have given it to Diego Pavia? Really?
No, that would have been bad.
Yeah. You give it to Julian Sand, who literally his only job is to not crash the Ferrari? Just don't crash the Ferrari. Just don't crash it. Just don't crash the Ferrari. That's it. And he hasn't crashed it. And he's a freshman. This is his first year.
So you just want to stick with the guy that just runs head first and gets concussions all throughout the season.
You guys are overblowing this, man.
How is it overblown? He literally was in concussion protocol this week.
Yeah, and it was incorrect because they literally took him out. They literally put him right back in the game.
It doesn't matter if it's incorrect.
No, Caleb. Here's
the fact that he was even doing it.
The problem is this, Caleb.
That's the problem.
Exactly. That was a design call. That's a coaching issue. You called a design run. Why are you calling it a design run?
Mentality too, because he even stated.
Don't call the play. Don't call the play. You called the play. Don't call it.
If he's scrambling, he says he just wants to go head first into a giant ass linebacker.
He was joking.
He was not joking.
He was joking.
He was very serious. He was
joking. He was irritated. No, he was joking. He was irritated by the media questions because they kept asking him about it. Because, like, common sense, you slide, and he was just pissed off, and he said that he's not gonna do that. He's not. He's
not
gonna do that, man.
You're gonna see him flying next year.
No, the issue is the spotters messed up. So now every time he gets hit, it's like, oh, concussion. It's like, no, he just got hit. It's fine. Leave him be.
It's not fine. It's not that big.
Hold up, time out. Sorry for the silence. He's 6'2".
Okay.
225.
Okay. You look at him and say that's a big guy. And even so what? I mean, Cam Newton was like 6'6", however much he weighed, and he was much bigger, and he still got hampered by injuries.
Yeah, that's because the refs didn't protect him.
Okay. Do you see the refs protecting Jackson Dart?
No.
Okay. So then, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. By the way, him and Dak Prescott are the same height, by the way.
Yeah, but, I mean, Dak looks a lot thicker.
Dak's 238.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Let's do Aaron Rodgers. How tall is Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers is 6'2", 223. He's the same size as Jackson Dart.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers gets the ball.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is a bad example. He doesn't run the ball.
I mean, he used to, but
yeah, well, he's old now. He doesn't do that. But even when
it gets rid of the ball really fast.
But also too, when he's running though, he's running he's running straight out of bounds, and he's not running to gain more yardage. But I think that's I think the next coach is going to be like, hey, you need to stop that.
Who says he's gonna listen?
Then you bench him.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. They'll draft another quarterback.
No, but here's the thing, Caleb. Why do that when you can trade back and get another first round pick and get a wide receiver and a linebacker? Two positions of
Is it
need.
going to matter if your quarterback is either in concussion protocol or benched?
All I'll say is this, Caleb. Draft experts they're not high on this class. It's a 1.5, because the problem is, right, there's Fernando Mendoza, who's been a starter for 5 years.
So then
right?
what is the plan? Just suck
Yeah.
until there's a good draft class? Is that the plan?
I think Jackson Dart, we found it. Here's the thing, Caleb. Because here's the thing, Caleb. Everything you've said, isn't that you haven't said that Jackson Dart sucks. You've said he's an idiot.
Yeah, because he's not going to last too long.
Well, you know what? If I win a Super Bowl in the next 4 years, I'm fine with it. And then if he
I don't think
retires,
he's that good.
Well, but I'm just saying, I'm just saying. You haven't said anything where like you think Fernando's better. You just think,
I
like,
can't even
he's
judge
not.
him quite yet because you have no weapons to even judge him.
Exactly, but he's scored pretty well this year.
That's why I'm willing to give him a chance, but also I don't think he's going to be able to.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying.
Chance.
Yeah, is he going to be healthy enough? But that's what I'm trying to tell you, right? Even with the lack of weapons, man, he dropped 24 on Chicago. He dropped 30 points on Denver. Oh no, that was Jameis on Detroit. So like, yeah, like the offense has played very well. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, the only team that would have let Aaron run is my Ravens. Anthony Richardson got hurt more than Dart. That's true. He hurt himself while he stretched. Did you hear about that?
I didn't know.
He hurt himself stretching. Anthony Richardson hurt himself stretching, Caleb. He was stretching with the bands?
Yeah.
He was stretching with the bands. The band smacks him in the eye and hurts his cornea. So you get hurt by stretching. So it is what it is. I think if the key here is we know what this team is. We no longer need to talk about the team. They stink. The defense stinks. Dart tries to make magic out of nothing. Tyrone Tracy Jr. has kind of taken the mantle of running back. He's done pretty well. But the real question is, like, who's going to be the leader of these teams? When is Joe Shane going to be gone? And who are they going to hire? Because the names because it's really now we need to talk about coaching candidates, right? Because the GM and then coaching candidates. Who's the GM? Who's the coach? Right? The coaches that are being thrown around are Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator of Green Bay, Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator in Seattle. We saw him last night. The team came back and scored a bunch of points. Luke Anarillo, the defensive coordinator from Indianapolis. A lot of people are not big fans of that. Marcus Freeman, head coach, Notre Dame. Those are the 4 names. And then someone threw out Mike McCarthy out there because they want an experienced head coach that rights the ship. Then you can fire him after he rights the ship. But sure, I don't know what the point was, but sure, if you want to do that, I wouldn't, but it is what it is. And then literally the GMs, man, you got Ray Agnew from Detroit. He's the assistant GM there. You got Brandon Brown within our organization. There's no names that pop out. They're not popping right now.
Don't know anybody.
Yeah. Well, no, you knew a couple people a couple of years ago. You knew about Ryan Poles. You knew about Adam Peters. You knew about Monty.
Just go get the guys that already have jobs and who are with good organizations and go to a bad organization.
Someone said bring Robert Saleh. Because people think the reason he failed in the Jets, well, I think we all know, is that he just couldn't get a quarterback.
And why is that going to be any different in with the Giants?
Thing is, some people may think, some people think Jackson Dart's better than Zach Wilson. So we'll see about that. You know what I mean? It is. I'm done talking about this team. This team is this team.
Well, we still got to talk about them because we got to talk about the next matchup.
Yes, let's talk about the next matchup. We're now against the Minnesota Vikings. You guys faced them last week. the key in this game really, it's JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy.
He can look good
There's
if he has time.
Yeah, he's good if he has time. The problem is with the Abdul Carter had a good game last week. He had a good game last week. And Marcus Mariota, he's more mobile, even though he's in his late 30s, but he's mobile. So the rushing, we sacked him a couple times, but it is what it is. Caleb, you're acting like your QB is all that.
Yeah, I mean, he literally is all that.
Sometimes he's like the worst QB known to man, but sometimes he is all that.
I mean,
Like that Green Bay Packers playoff game where you couldn't score, and then there's that Niners game you couldn't score either. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah,
and
those
he's all that in the regular season.
he's all that in the regular season. But no, I agree with you. He is all that in the regular season. So yeah, the keys here is you got Justin Jefferson. Does he have a bounce back game? He can. It's the Giants back line or DBs. They're not very good, so expect that. He averaged 96 yards in his first 5 seasons, which led the NFL from 2020 to 2024. He's now averaging 59.4 yards per game and a career low 4.7 receptions per game. You know what I mean? So this could be a get right game for Justin Jefferson. Kwame, I like Lamar, but
Lamar not even Lamar right now. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Lamar isn't Lamar. And also, too, well, actually, yeah, Dak's never made an NFC Championship game, so Lamar is better than him. All right, so let's roll back. I was about to make fun. I was about to
They have the
defend
same
Dak.
amount of wins. They have 2.
Yeah, they do. They have 2 wins each. Oh, damn, y'all both suck. All right. So, yeah, then Jackson Dart leads all rookies with total touchdowns with 20, which is second most by a rookie in the Super Bowl era. Only Daniel Jones has more total touchdowns than Dart as a rookie, 26. Daniel Jones, oh, wow. Dart, he's thrown 46% of his passes in under 2.5 seconds this year. It's the highest rate among qualified, 7th highest rate among qualified quarterbacks. Yeah, Brian Flores is about to rip this team apart. Yeah, it's gonna be an ugly game, and I think Minnesota wins 35-21 or something like that. I mean, they're gonna beat us down. Yeah. Brian Flores also is suing the NFL and suing the Giants, so this is kind of a giant middle finger if he beats them down. Because you know what, someone brought up him as a candidate for the Giants. I wouldn't mind Brian Flores as a Giant head coach. But I think the Giants would mind Brian Flores as the head coach. So there's that. But yeah, man.
Yeah, but didn't they have the opportunity to hire him before?
No, we did. And then we hired Brian Daboll. And then the whole debacle of Bill Belichick texting the wrong Brian, where he texts Brian Flores and says, "Hey, man, congratulations. I heard you got the Giants job." And Brian Flores is like, "What are you talking about?" "No, I didn't." He's like, "Oh, my bad. I thought this was Daboll." And then that's when the lawsuit happened. He's like, "What?" Yeah, and then the lawsuit popped up. Some people may disagree with the way he handled Tua in Miami because he's probably like, he cussed him out and yelled at him and, insulted him.
He was on the right side.
History's gonna look kindly on Brian Flores. History's gonna look kindly on him. Yes, and you know what? That's just old school That's just the old school coach cussing you out for being bad. You know what I mean? And you know what? It is what it is. Someone said he wanted Justin Herbert anyway, so yeah, it is. But yeah,
I picked on the Ben NFL. If you go watch that, it comes on Wednesday.
Yes.
I picked the Vikings to win this, even minus the 2.5 points.
Yeah, they're going to win by more than 2.5. I know that.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And maybe I'm overreacting to what I saw on Sunday, and I realized the Cowboys' defense is awful. But I mean, the Giants' defense, at least their secondary,
is very bad as well.
Not good.
Yeah,
and that's where I'm saying, like, if he does have time, then he'll get it to his guys.
Mm-hmm.
He looked really bad in his first couple of starts, but I mean, he's put together 2 back-to-back good games, so that's something. So if he can put another one together. I don't think it's much of a challenge going up against against the New York Giants. So he's probably gonna have another pretty good game. Um, so yeah, I like, and the Giants, like you said, they're just giving up. I mean, there's not much to play for here, and I mean, you don't have a coach, you don't have a decent coordinator. Your GM's gonna get probably getting fired. So what are you even playing for at this point?
Yeah.
Um,
I feel sorry for Brian Burns, man, because he gets drafted and he's never had a good season. He's never had a good. He's had individually good seasons, but he's never had a
yeah,
team
your
season
tummy
that's good.
sucks. You get traded, and the Panthers get better without you.
Yeah, and they have a chance to make the playoffs. So I guess in the end, the Panthers won that trade. I guess.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
good on them. But yeah, man, Brian Flores is gonna rip them apart. Andrew Van Dinkle. Um, they're just gonna like, cause like why would you be scared of Darius Slayton? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you think Byron Murphy and Isaiah Rodgers and Harrison Smith and Joshua Metellus are gonna like look at Wandell Robinson, Darius Slayton, and Isaiah Hodgins? They're gonna look at them and be like, "Oh no, here come the Giants!" No, no, Harrison Smith's gonna lay him out. You know what I mean? Like probably their defensive line may not do a lot of stuff because our offensive line's pretty good. Except that one stretch of plays where Von Miller entered the game and scared Jermaine Illuminor. Where I was like, when did Von Miller? I thought he retired. It threw me off for a minute. But yeah, like Andrew Thomas is probably going to play good. So whoever's on Andrew Thomas's side is not going to do much, but everyone else is going to do a lot. Like Brian Flores is going to wipe the floor with this team. It's going to wipe the floor with this team. I think
Yeah.
we stay in the game. If we stay in the game, it's because JJ McCarthy is having a bad game. But I don't think he's going to have like a bad game. He may have an okay game, but it's still going to be, or okay to great game. Unless he like completely like just stops knowing how to play football, the Giants have a chance. He just needs not to mess up. Just drive the Ferrari. Just drive the Ferrari. That's it. You just gotta do is drive the Ferrari. That's my phrase. Just drive the Ferrari, don't mess it up. Um yeah, I'm going 35. You know what? 35-17.
Damn,
It's not, yeah, no, 35-17.
I was going 27-20.
27-20? Really? That's a lot of parity kid. No, man, no. You
I
think
mean,
no? They're not
why?
trying to win.
Why? I mean, yeah. I mean, why? I mean,
Like,
I don't think
why?
Kafka really thinks he has a shot to get this head coaching job after.
Yeah.
What's
He
the,
may have thought he had a chance like week 1 of the year. The week he like the first 2 weeks he coached, but after the first 2 weeks it was over. After what happened on Monday night, after what happened with the Patriots, Caleb, he was never getting his job. He gave up. He gave up. He gave up in that game. I clearly saw Mike Kafka give up in that game. And why would you want a coach who gave up? I wouldn't want a coach who gave up. Well, like Caleb, like imagine Caleb, you're being blown out and you score a touchdown right at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and you're down, right? But then your defense gets a stop right away, the next play, and Brian Schottenheimer gives up. Well, how would you feel, Caleb?
terrible.
Exactly. Fire Brian Schottenheimer. But that's what Mike Kafka did on Monday night. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I think so. I'm thinking it was someone above him that give. Yeah, Joe Shane. He's giving up. Joe Shane stopped caring. Because here's the thing too. Either Joe Shane knows he's not being fired. That's why he hasn't done anything. Or he does not care anymore. But here's the thing too. I think he knows he's not going to get fired because here's the thing, Caleb. GMs have they don't get new jobs. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, Soundwave Nick 26. Shout out to you. We don't mind Soundwave. Do you think like GMs when they get fired from being GMs, Caleb,
Hmm.
they don't get second chances? How many times have you seen a GM get a second? David Gettleman got a second chance in New York. I don't know how, but like Caleb, how many GMs get second chances? How many?
Um, Not many.
Not many, right? You
Not too
know
many examples of that.
exactly. Head coaches get second chances, but GMs don't. So Joe Shane has to keep putting out tape that he knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? Like the live feed on my end. Shout out to you. Question mark. I don't know what you question mark in Soundwave, but good to have you here, man. Thank you for following. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like, exactly like he needs to keep good tape on air, like for other teams. Then other teams will be like, oh, it was ownership that really messed you up. We'll give you a second chance. But I don't think he's putting tape on for other teams because he knows he's not getting fired. He's not going to get fired because that, you know what I mean? And that's the scary part. He's operating as a GM who knows he's not gone. Because if he was a GM who said you're gone, one, he would have been fired by now. He would have been fired. And two, they would have told him you're going to be fired, you know what I mean, in like Black Monday. But sometimes, you wait. Because here's the thing too, like the mechanisms of firing a GM, right? You fire him now, you promote Brandon Brown, and you kind of shift the leadership structure, or you keep the leadership structure, and then fire everybody on Black Monday. What's the right way? What's the wrong way? You know what I mean? What is it? Only an NFL team can tell you that.
All right, we get to the Cowboys
Yes, the
Chargers.
Cowboys Chargers. Let's end it off with the Powder Blues versus Dallas. Is this on the road?
No, we're at home.
You're at home.
Yeah.
The Chargers, they go the way of Justin Herbert. He has been hit 116 times. That's the most in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes is second with 102. By the way, there was a lot of ACL injuries this past week. Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. Micah Parsons tore his ACL. And there was a third person who tore their ACL. I don't know who, but it was the third. Oh, Teddy Buchanan, starting linebacker for the Ravens, tore his ACL. There's a lot of ACL. There's been a lot of ACL tears this year. Dak Prescott has had at least 250 passing yards in each of his last 6 games. Only Jared Goff has more at 7, which is an active streak. The Chargers are allowing a 71.3 opponent passer rating in 2025, the lowest of any team in the NFL. So this game is won and lost by Dak Prescott. Hit me, Caleb.
Well, yeah, it might still. Well, it depends on whether it's still going to matter. It still might matter if the Washington ends up beating the Eagles on Saturday. They play on Saturday, I think, right? Um, so we'll know before the game if even our 1% chance is still 1%.
Mm-hmm.
But we're actually favored, even no matter taking that all into account. We're actually the favorite to win this
Yeah,
game.
you're at home. You're the
Yeah.
Cowboys. Sometimes
Um,
you upset people at home.
and we play really well at home. We play
Yeah,
really
yeah.
well. We play, especially on offense.
Yes,
Obviously,
yes.
we play really good offense at home. And that, I mean, that's all we have to rely on because that defense is we all know what it is. And but like you said, you mentioned how many times Justin Herbert has gotten hit, mostly
Mm-hmm.
because his offensive line is so injured and playing with all kinds of backups. I mean, god damn it! I mean, you're about to get fired, Eberflus. Just goddamn blitz,
Yes.
blitz. Who cares? You're getting fired anyways. Blitz every goddamn down you can.
Does the Cowboys head coach doesn't have a lot of. What if he wants to keep him, Brian Schottenheimer?
I don't know because I think
Does Jerry say no?
I think Eberflus was hired before Schottenheimer.
Really? That's interesting.
I think that's how the sequence of events occurred.
Well, you know what, Jerry
Because
Jones.
I don't think.
Then once again, Jerry messed up.
Well, of course he always does.
Yes.
But I don't. Yeah, this was kind of like a hodgepodge of different guys. I don't know if they were so familiar with each other. Of like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think Sean Howard just came in and said, I'm gonna hire all my guys.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, you're gonna get
Ah,
fired. So just blitz, please. I mean,
that's
we
what
got to get. I
happened.
mean, with,
Yeah.
with this off the line, I mean, this is right for to just get after him, get after Justin Herbert. Because if you don't, he is gonna freaking dice you up. And that's in your bad scheme and your bad secondary. It's just not gonna go well for us. So might as well just take the risk and blitz, blitz, blitz.
The Chargers have 4 losses. Well, you know what? One of those losses to the New York Giants.
How the hell did you beat them?
Pass rush. They
Oh
were
yeah,
literally, they're
that's a good point. You're
literally
gonna lose
Caleb.
that then.
They lost 3 linemen. They lost 3 linemen.
Well, I mean, they
Joe
have that.
Alt, yeah, Joe Alt got hurt.
It
Um,
hasn't got any better.
Mekhi Becton got hurt, and Trey Pipkins didn't play. So they were on like their backups, and we just we just hunted Justin Herbert down most of the game. We just hunted him down. He couldn't get any rhythm, and we just went after him. So good luck. So this game really is, no offense to Dak Prescott. Your Alvin's probably going to score like 24 points, maybe, or maybe
Yeah, I
30.
mean, we might have. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna have trouble running the ball. I feel like
Yeah,
they're gonna be tough on the run game,
yeah.
which has
They also got some good. They also
which
got some good.
it's gonna hurt because a lot of the success that Dak Prescott
Of play action.
has a play action. A lot of his touchdowns, he has a great pass rating on play action. Um, it's because we run the ball really well. Javonte Williams gets good, consistent yards. It's not like he has any, spectacular plays, but he has very good consistency throughout the season, and it works for us. I mean, that play action. I mean, Dak Prescott has mastered it because that's where big plays come off of. That's where the big plays, the CD, come off of
Mm-hmm.
play action. So that might throw a wrench in things if we got to get a run game going in this game, because if we don't, it may look a little stagnant on offense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just pass rush on defense, and we have to get after Herbert so he doesn't, you know.
Yeah, man. Khalil Mack is still there. They got Tuli Tulilopopo, Tuli Tupolotu on the edge. Odafe Owe. Shout out to the Ravens fans out there. He has 5 sacks, I believe, in 7 games since they traded for him. Then you have the big dudes in the middle: Deshaun Hand, um, Jamari Caldwell, and Tiari Tart. So just giant man, just a lot of meat, just a lot of beef. Like, where's the beef? Arby's, we have the meats. The Chargers got the meats. And Khalil Mack, man. You know, people don't understand. He's still good. Some people just don't watch the Chargers. Just don't watch the Chargers. He's
Yeah,
still good.
they
He's
don't.
still good. And then the linebackers of Daylon Henley and Denzel Perryman. I'm a big fan of Daylon Henley. I was a big fan. I wanted the Giants to draft him. When he was coming out of Washington State, I really wanted him. And then Derwin James. That man's a menace, and in a good way. So good luck on that. But the thing is, too, man, like, you need to take advantage of this offensive line, man. Like, Trey Pipkins, Mekhi Becton, Bradley Bozeman, Zion Johnson, Jamari Slater. That's most of their starting line. Most of it. Joe Alt's not in there, and neither is Rashawn Slater. So Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater are their tackles. So now they're on their backup tackles. So Sam Williams, Dante Fowler, Osa Digizua, they need to win this game. It's on them. I said the game starts and ends with Dak Prescott. No, it's not. It starts and ends with that. Those are the guys who need to show up, because this offensive line, they didn't play good against Philly either. They beat Philly because Philly's offense didn't play well. But the Chargers kicked a lot of field goals because Jalen Phillips, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith Jr., they dictated the game. They dictated the game. So you need to dictate the game. Osa, Sam, Dante, Quentin Williams. They need They need to dictate the game. But the thing is, are you going to be able to dictate the game? And
Well, it
I don't
depends if
know.
the defensive quarter gets his head out of his ass.
Yes. Caleb, score.
I think they're gonna win.
Cowboys?
No,
Oh, the
Chargers.
Chargers. Okay.
I mean, we probably won't have anything to play for, because Eagles are probably gonna win against the Commanders.
Well, Commanders have upset the Eagles a couple times
They
this past
have,
year.
but I just
So,
I just can't see it,
yeah.
even though I'd want it so bad.
Yes.
But they're probably not, and yeah, we're probably gonna lose. I'm thinking, I don't know, 34, 30.
34-30. 31-28. Dallas. Dallas is going to win. Dallas is going to win. 31-28. But if you guys did find out Dallas has nothing to play for at the beginning of the game, that would change my mind. But I can't project right now. I can't project right now. We got to watch the game on Friday. But on that note, everyone, thank you guys so much for joining us. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. We're at 267 subscribers, I believe. We're trying to get to 300. Share this link. Subscribe to the channel. We got a Patreon. Go to patreon.com/LGR_network. We also have a Ko-fi page, ko-fi.com/LGR_network. They are a subscription-based system, a monthly support system. Or you can, do a one-time donation on Streamlabs, as well as we got Venmo and Cash App. LGRN20 on both. Caleb, tell them where can people find you, my dog.
You can find me on NFLCap22 on Instagram and Twitter, and you can find me on this channel Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Ben the NFL, giving you my 5 best bets of the week.
Will you be doing that next Wednesday?
Well, it depends if you're going to be here next Wednesday.
Well, I don't celebrate Christmas.
Okay, well, then if you're available, then I'll be here next Wednesday.
Okay, I just thought because you celebrate Christmas, I didn't know you were gonna be busy.
What do I have to celebrate? Nobody's here.
What do you mean no one's here?
Nobody's here.
They left you?
What am I celebrating?
Why don't you go with your parents to visit your family?
Are you gonna pay for my trip?
Good point. I'm just saying a man with a job probably could pay for a plane ticket, one plane ticket for himself.
Give me money then.
Caleb, I have a part-time job, and I flew and I paid for my ticket.
I paid for the Cowboys ticket.
Okay, fine.
I did go on Monday Night Football.
Yeah. That's the money you raised that money for that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Still paying off WrestleMania.
Hey man, you almost got kicked. They almost took your account away. But on that note, everybody, have a wonderful night. Stay safe, and we'll see you guys next week.